I don't like this part of me. But you have the will to change it, and you have the capability to face it and be like, you know what? This is not a side of me that I like, but I'm willing to change it so that I can be a better human to myself.
PSA, motherfucking PSA. Public service announcement to you niggas, please.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Naughty Corner. Calling all my rebels the hottest spot on the block. I'm Candy.
And I'm Shadi.
And recently in part 1, we spoke about vicious cycles, especially leading up to this new year, and how it's so easy to get lost in the sauce. So, do watch part 1 if you haven't, because now we're going to be explaining ways on how we're going to try to break these vicious cycles, little tips on how to navigate this life thing, and basically preventing us from repeating the same mistakes that we did last year. Because that shit stays in last year.
There is no repeating cycles
at all. Breaking that shit. So, I feel like one important thing that I tried to practice as the year started was teaching myself on how growth is a journey. It takes time.
It does take time.
And that's okay.
That is okay. The wheel is still going to turn.
Exactly.
So take your time.
Things happen in baby steps. Things happen in due time. And I feel like as people, it's so easy to like pressure ourselves and put like an immense amount of pressure on getting things done quickly. And things have to happen now. Change has to happen now. Like we said in the previous video, a habit is formed in 21 days.
Yeah.
It's a lot of days.
That is a lot of days.
Yeah, and it's time.
It is.
It's a lot of time. So now, what advice do you have in terms of growth?
Like in terms of growth, per se, the vicious cycle.
In breaking it, or what allows you to step out of that vicious cycle in terms of growth?
In terms of growth, okay, with growth, I'd say it obviously is a journey, and you have to like navigate it the best way you can. As we've mentioned, it's baby steps, and it's just figuring out how to first evaluate where you're making these wrong mistakes and where you're being, less lenient on yourself, and when you're just overextending yourself. The first step in growth is always self-reflection, because no one else can tell you how to grow, and you can't tell somebody else how to grow. You're the only one who knows your story. So I think what I usually do for myself, and I've done mentally every day, it's an everyday thing, guys. It's nothing that you learn overnight and you get it the first time, because we go through so many things and there's so many different emotions that you go through. So it's just understanding that, hey, do I like what I'm doing? Is this serving me in the best way? Is it also serving the ones I'm around in the best way? Because it's oftentimes when we hear, is this serving me? It sounds so selfish, but it's a matter of understanding how you're feeding yourself and how others are feeding from you. Because if you're around the wrong spaces, it's always, there's no give and take right there. We're all just bleeding on each other and just making life, I guess, worse for one another. So self-reflection has really helped in me understanding what I need to do in fixing my own journey and how I need to implement different things in my life to move forward.
I like that.
That's like my most critical form of like growing and breaking these cycles. Self-reflection will tell you a lot. It will lead you to where you want to go.
True.
Yeah.
And I feel like for me, it's also a big amount of self-awareness and being able to acknowledge what part I play in contributing to whatever vicious cycle, whatever bad habits, whatever bad choices I keep on making. And being self-aware is hard.
It is.
It is hard.
It requires
but
harsh truths.
Exactly. It allows you to even view yourself from like a third perspective or a second perspective. A second or third perspective. Basically viewing yourself outside of yourself. Where you're also able to reprimand yourself on why do you keep doing this to yourself? Why do you keep putting yourself in situations, doing the same things? And it's a bit of a very hard journey, but it's just, I feel like, a little reminder of always, okay, this is a situation, good or bad, what am I contributing to it?
Yes.
And I feel like that is very, very important in terms of being able to then change how you respond to things, how you react to things, or creating certain boundaries. You don't like accept certain things. That way, you're able to like protect yourself. Because at the end of the day, you do matter.
Yeah.
You do.
100%.
And it allows, I feel like, a lot of mental and emotional change to happen internally.
Yeah.
Being able to control how you respond to situations, how you react.
Yeah, and I think tying into that, you also need to be very ready for those harsh truths that are going to come with self-awareness, because sometimes finding the real reasons why you do certain things is quite like hard to accept, and it's the truth hurts, and sometimes it's like, whoa, I don't like this part of me, but you have the will to change it, and you have the capability to face it and be like, you know what, this is not a side of me that I like, but I'm willing to change it so that I can be a better human to myself, thus others, because every time you return to self, it is going to be a ripple effect towards the people around you.
Yeah.
You cannot operate from a bad place and expect others to treat you well, and vice versa.
Yeah, what you give out is going to come back.
Yeah.
The energy you give out to the universe comes back.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I think that also ties with intention.
Yes.
I think we speak about intentional behavior so much in our conversations, because everything we do drives from intention. Like, it drives from that. And when you have good intention for self, you'll easily have good intention for others and your own life.
Exactly.
Self-respect ties into that.
I totally get that.
And I think it's important.
Yeah, and
it's important.
2025 is a year of self-respect.
Yes.
We are putting ourselves first.
That is
We're putting
so real.
boundaries.
So real.
We are choosing ourselves. You are the prize. So I feel like it's just a matter of, because we really cannot control other people's emotions. You can't control what someone else does, what someone else says to you, how they treat you.
Yeah.
But you can control what you do. And I feel like it's very hard to learn that discipline of always realizing that, okay, this is happening, I'm angry as fuck right now, but what am I going to do about it? How am I going to react?
And that takes time.
It does.
It takes so much time.
It does.
So it's also very important to have someone to hold you accountable.
Yes.
I think that's a very important one as
An
well.
accountability buddy.
Yes, an accountability buddy. I feel like it also maybe makes the journey a bit faster, but still does take time, because your accountability buddy is not always there.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to be tied to your back.
Literally.
Like, don't do that. Don't do that. So I think, if anything, find an accountability buddy, find someone you trust to remind you about those things and remind you that, hey man, you can change things for yourself.
change things for yourself, or that wasn't the right response.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done that, maybe do this so that you also feel better after. You don't feel like shit after, now you low-key hate yourself. You know what I mean? Which is normal, because sometimes you'll just lash out and it's like, we'll just make a stupid mistake or a dumb choice, put yourself in a cycle.
And we're human.
We're human.
It's
okay. That these things do happen.
Yeah.
Even us right now, this is not the band-aid that keeps the leak closed. You're gonna repeatedly have to keep on changing the band-aid.
And I feel as though in the human experience, all those emotions are still gonna exist. Life is so vast. There's so much happening in the world. There's so much of you as a person, and there's so much energy that you carry as a person.
Yeah, so much light.
So much fight and light. I'm not really saying fight.
That's it.
Fight and light. So it's
light.
like those ugly moments will come out, but you'll react quicker.
Yes.
As Candy has mentioned, you'll react quicker to be like, let me calm myself down, because at the end of the day, I am 100% of myself. Even if I heal, I don't take away the ability to get angry, the ability to get frustrated. It is in me. It is innately in me.
Exactly.
But I just need to choose how to control it, how to work with it, and change can come about.
It can.
With that.
Very easily. And change comes about through free will.
Yeah.
We all have that gift.
I feel like
you can literally do whatever you want. That is good.
Yes.
Don't do weird shit. Don't go around harming people, because that karma's gonna catch up to you.
Yeah.
But you can literally be whoever you want to be.
Yes.
You can literally do whatever you want. The idea of choice and free will is it's such a heavy thing, and it all depends on how you use it, I feel like. Are you gonna use it for good in terms of like feeling better about yourself and helping others and lifting others, spreading your light, sharing who you are to the world and people and your creativeness and
just being you.
You know, you authentically. Or are you gonna literally be harming people, being very much abusive, controlling, manipulative, and that is gonna be a heavier burden to carry on your back.
Yeah.
The choice of free will also is something that I feel like can easily break the vicious cycles.
Yes.
Breaking the comparison that if they can have it, you can have it too.
Definitely.
You have the free will to work just as hard to reach those dreams.
Yeah.
You have the free
That's
will
true.
to choose better, to be better. You're not stuck in the same cycle you're in.
Yeah.
You have the free will to literally remove yourself from a situation, remove yourself from a toxic environment, a toxic relationship. And if you can't, find a way. Practice in baby steps. You can literally change your life.
Yeah. And if anything, I feel as though free will is way better than the monetary, material things that we have on this planet. And it holds so much power. It holds so much power because you mentioned change. It can literally change the trajectory of your own life.
Yes.
The moment you realize how much power you have in making things happen and fixing things for your life, everything else will follow.
Yes.
And in that happening, you're just going to be happier.
Yeah,
you're just going to
creating
be
better habits.
creating better habits. It will easily flow into your life, and you'll easily even be able to have conversations with people that you love and make them understand of how you are changing your vicious cycles. Because sometimes the people that we're in vicious cycles with don't want to change.
Yes.
And that may be hard to accept sometimes, but sometimes some do.
That's true.
And in you helping yourself, you could help somebody else in your circle. You could help somebody else who's watching you. So the power of free will is so powerful. There's so much we need to understand about free will, and I think we don't understand that as human beings. Those who have tapped into that crack the code, because this is your life and nobody else is going to live it
at all.
So that also then ties into making sure that you find passions that satisfy you.
Yes.
Passions that fulfill you.
So important.
That, build you up.
Yes, and it's so easy. And again, I like using this word to getting lost in the source. See,
it's so real.
Whatever's trendy, whatever's, up and about, and whatever's cool now, and thinking that's what you want, so that's where you should be.
Yes.
Even though you don't really resonate with it.
Yeah.
So finding your little passions. If you like making little clay sculptures, people find it weird. You'll find people who love those clay sculptures.
Yes. Even gardening.
Gardening, something as simple as that.
I was so shocked that there's gardening channels on YouTube, and it's you will find
you'll find the people who are under your niche.
So real.
As weird as it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's these little things in terms of the free will, the choosing yourself, the being patient with yourself, the finding things that make you happy and make your day fulfilled and make you feel full and your soul happy, that literally make you a better person.
Yeah.
Make your days easier. Because we live in a very crazy world.
A lot is
so
going on.
all you can handle is yourself. Who you
Yes.
surround yourself with, where you are, and what you can do to make the situation better in any way, if not being able to remove yourself.
Yes.
How to make any situation you're in, or any relationship you're in, or any circumstance you're in better. And I feel like that's so beautiful. I love it when people have their little passion. That kid-like excitement is.
And I just randomly remembered some analogy some girl gave about life being basically a big school. So the same way you used to operate in school, if you didn't like a certain group, you didn't chill with them.
Yes.
And you chose people who matched your interests, who matched what you liked. Even with sports, you chose things that you enjoyed. You chose activities that you enjoyed so that you could have a good experience.
Yes.
And in knowing that it's possible to do that in high school or primary school or whatever, you can do that in your own life.
Yes.
I feel like sometimes the right community can really direct you in the right path. I'm privileged enough and blessed enough to have a sibling who I can move through life with, because it's so hard navigating life alone. It's not easy. People are very fickle and people are just themselves, which they are rightfully, they have rights to that. And there's nothing we can do to change others. But when you find people who really are themselves, and you can be themselves, and you can also be themselves, yourself around them and with them, that's so beautiful. So finding people who can be that for you
Yes.
can also help you get out of these things. There are people who love helping, who want to see your light shine,
Exactly.
who want
When
to
we
see your
even,
best.
solidify the point that you have a choice.
Yes.
Pick yourself. Because this is
Every
your life.
day.
You matter. As crazy as it is, the only thing you can control is you. So you can try to change your circumstances, try to change your habits, try to change these little things. These are the ways we can easily break out of these vicious cycles. We keep on wondering, why is nothing ever changing?
It's because
It's
you're
you.
not changing.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to believe.
It's
We're
hard.
also literally are gonna practice the things we're talking about. We're talking about it right now, and
It's a
also
new year.
going to try it out.
Yes.
And figuring out and learning to choose ourselves. It's very easy to retreat back and losing yourself.
And it's comfortable.
It's comfortable. And it's scary how easily comfortable we are in these bad situations.
Yes.
And things that harm us and things that aren't good for us. So I feel like it's so important that 2025 is, I declare this right now. 2025 is the year of me.
Yes.
Say it to yourself.
Yeah.
It's the year of me. I
Repeat
choose myself.
that.
It is all for me.
Yes.
It is all through me.
Yes.
And I am just love and peace.
Yeah. And
We're gonna try to aim for that.
remember that you're enough. Who you are right now, what you have right now, you are enough.
It's enough.
There's
Stop
no
the
extension,
comparison.
there's no addition. You are enough.
You're on the right path.
It is such a cliche thing to say, guys, but it's so important for us to understand.
Yes.
We're
You're
just-
doing good enough.
Yes.
You're doing good enough.
Yes.
No matter how minuscule it might look to you, it's gonna be big. And it's big to someone else.
Life's a big stage, and you're also an actor in it.
Yes.
So you better pop out.
Yeah.
You better show up and give the best scene of your life. Because life is a scene.
Yes.
So give it this 2025.
It's your world and everyone is living in it.
Yeah.
Literally, that's
Hold
the energy.
that near and dear to you.
2025, baby. So, first video of the year.
Yes.
Thank you
so-
guys so much. I cannot wait. We're gonna try to release more.
Yes, we're so
you're
sorry
gonna
about
get tired of our
that.
faces.
Yeah. Please interact, guys.
Yes,
Please,
we love hearing back from you. We want to create a very nice community.
Yes.
And be able to just share ideas and thoughts. So please do comment and subscribe. Share this with anyone you think might need it going into this new year. Tell them to just who's up.
Tell a friend.
So yeah.
So tell a friend.
See you guys in the next video.
Bye.